Hey friends, a very good evening and very happy to meet you through this medium, and I sincerely thank Bhavish for this opportunity. The topic that I was going to discuss is pretty dry. Actually, it's on cryptocurrency, and when Vidya reached out to me, I was thinking of how to make it interesting and exciting for people who really want to know a thing or two about cryptocurrency. So maybe I'll launch it with a story that might interest you. So in 2009, the very first commercial Bitcoin transaction was processed in the purchase of two pizzas. So one of the developers who had Bitcoin at his disposal chose to buy two pizzas using Bitcoin instead of the fiat currency that we normally use. And the pizza agency accepted that form of a transaction and supplied him two pizzas and took 10,000 bitcoins as a payment. And in today's value, each pizza costs $45 million. So if you are a person who can stomach and digest that pizza, then you are a person who can actually stomach and digest trading in cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency are just that volatile. So the second thing I will ask you is, when was the last time you guys used some kind of cash in your life? Maybe to buy something or, give somebody money. Even if you have to, let's say, reward your nephew for his graduation, how many times did you actually put cash in it and hand it? We use Zelle, we use PayPal, we use credit cards for purchase transactions. So we are already in an electronic world where we are really not using cash and like thing that is tangible and made out of paper or out of metal. We are far away from it. So what is the difference between that kind of an electronic cash register system and the cryptocurrency? Well, there is a big one. Even if you use an electronic medium to transfer money, there is still a governing authority that is still watching over what you're doing. There is an authority that's watching over banking operations. There is an authority that's still setting monetary policy. So the Federal Reserve still controls the supply and the value of the fiat currency that each country uses. Now, after the financial crisis, there was a philosophical response to that kind of government authority where a bunch of people make decisions that affect hundreds of millions of people. So a Japanese man called Satoshi Nakamoto invented the first viable decentralized cryptocurrency called Bitcoin that was supported by the blockchain platform. So cryptocurrency is decentralized, has no government that looks over it, and it is just a software platform where every transaction is recorded through the software on the platform and in the form of a distributed ledger. That's all there is to any kind of cryptocurrency. So there were offshoots like Ethereum and altcoin and Litecoin, and these coins are extremely volatile in their value. So Bitcoin has also traversed anywhere between a $3,000 value even last year. It was at $20,000 end of 2018, and now it's back to about $9,000 per Bitcoin. So any investor has to, first of all, understand this cryptocurrency really well, has to understand the way cryptocurrency market moves based on other market factors and also the wide acceptance of this currency. All said and done, Bitcoin is still considered a speculative bubble. It is not a widely used way of currency transactions in our daily lives. There is still hope that it could happen, but we don't see wide adoption of it, and there is a lot of resistance, mainly because of the speculation around this platform and also the anonymity and the technical digital space that is new to a lot of people. We are all used to seeing actual money in our hands, or at least knowing that a bank certifies that you have a certain amount of money. When everything is done digitally and a hash key identifies the value that you own, that is a hard sell for a lot of people. But of course, there are people who saw this bubble coming, invested early on, exited with millions. And there are people who saw the bubble become big and said, I want a piece of that action, and invested and lost money. And there are people who are just sticking in because they still believe that a Bitcoin will become $1 million worth. Each Bitcoin will be worth $1 million. They still believe in that, and people argue with me all the time. As far as I am concerned, I have no Bitcoin investment. I have no crypto investment because I am not a person that could stomach that level of volatility in a value of something that I own. And again, this is not an endorsement to either invest or not invest in cryptocurrency. My recommendation is learn it. And if you want to learn it, there are multiple YouTube videos that can help you, that can actually make you research. It's fairly easy to go on Coinbase and start trading the Bitcoin or any other kind of coin that's allowed to be traded on Coinbase. But I will still caution you and ask you to see trends just like you do with financial investments, that is in the fiat currency world. I would suggest that you do the same thing with cryptocurrency. And the distributed ledger that supports the cryptocurrency has found its own purpose in the world, especially in the enterprise and corporate applications. And I'll probably reserve that for another segment if this goes well. So please let me know if you have any questions, whether you found this useful. I know it's a 6-minute video, so I hope I kept your interest, and happy to chat anytime. Have a great evening and have a great week.